You're listening to episode number 36 of This Podcast is for Powerful Dynamite Women. I'm your host, Adrienne Everheart. I am a feminine energy expert. I teach women the power and the magic of the polarity between masculine and feminine energy. In this episode, I'm going to tell you how to manifest the man you want in your life, manifest a specific person, manifest a relationship that is healed, manifest marriage, manifest the type of relationship life you want. Now, I'm very confident in my manifesting skills. I even have a program called New Man Manifesto. It never fails. Not a week goes by that a woman doesn't reach out and contact me to let me know how well this program has worked in her life to manifest and get specific about what you want in a partner, even if the partner already exists and the partner has walked away from you, or if the partner lives at home with you and things aren't going well, or if the partner is 500 miles away. It doesn't matter. This is your new man that you are manifesting. And I'm going to share my top tips with you in this podcast episode. If you want to dive into the whole program, I'll tell you how to get that as well. And I'm also going to share my experiences of attending Abraham Hicks workshops, which are with Esther Hicks. I don't know if you know about Abraham or Esther Hicks, but she has been in the manifesting scene for a good long while. How some of this began to feel at one point in time spooky to me, and I don't want to do anything spooky. I wanted to be in alignment with God and my values and my spiritual presence on this earth. I didn't want to do anything that felt weird. And for some of you, if you already have had manifesting demystified, I really want that to be the first thing I jump into, is demystifying it and letting you understand the power of intentions. So without further ado, let's get started. You are invited to join my online coaching community. I have a private online coaching community where I teach monthly classes. I have guest coaches, guest speakers, moderators, and so much to share with you. You can join as a member on a monthly basis and cancel at any time. You can post questions, help others where you can lend an answer, and access our library list of growing classes and workshops. There's so much fun in this group, and I especially love the supportive community. It's on a monthly basis, so you can join and cancel at any time. Head on over to diamondgirl.me/group. That's diamondgirl.me/group. I can't wait to see you over at iHeart Love Academy.
Hi, I'm Brandy Berta, an Adrienne Everheart certified dating and relationship coach. Did you know you can work with me, Adrienne, and other coaches in our private community? We provide you with private coaching, program support, live classes, group chat, Q&A, and a supportive community, all in iHeart Love Academy. You can join through our private app or your computer. Find us at diamondgirl.me/group or below in the description of this podcast. I look forward to helping you and hope to see you there. Again, that address is diamondgirl.me/group.
Let's talk a little bit about intentions, goals, and manifestation. Intentions are really specific statements that you're making that are designed to help you create an experience that you want in your life. A goal is something in the future you hope to achieve. And manifesting is like a combination of intentions and goals. You may know that a goal requires you set a time limit, understand how difficult it's going to be, what you're going to give up in exchange to have this achievement. So let's say you want to go to college and finish out your degree. Well, what's it going to take to do that? How long will it take? And what are you going to lose in the process? You're not going to be able to binge, your favorite shows a few nights a week. What's it going to take to lose that? So we can apply that to what you currently have if you're single or in a relationship. And that is to get very specific about what you want. This is where I start with New Man Manifesto, in that you have to decide what you want. If you are vague and say, well, I'd just like someone to spend time with, you're going to get that. And then you're going to be wanting more time with that person possibly, or have them in your life in a committed way. I speak to women, especially in their 50s and 60s, who say, well, I would be just happy if I had a man that I could see once a week or so, and I don't have to get married or anything like that. And it's almost like they're giving a guy permission to not fully commit to them. So if this is what you want, go for it. But if it isn't, I suggest you get very specific. And for me and most of my clientele, that means I want to be a wife. I want to be a wife and I want to be married. Occasionally someone will come along and say, well, for legal reasons, I really don't want to get married, or I don't really believe in marriage. If that doesn't work for you, it has to be a public ceremony. The two of you, you and your husband, have to stand before your friends and everyone, have a little party where you take vows to be with one another. So even if it's not a legal marriage, it has to be a public ceremony. That is for the man. That is how the man really fully understands he is committed to you. He is publicly letting all his buddies, all your family, his family, everyone know that he is going to be fully committed to you. Now let's talk about demystifying what manifesting is. Is it something that is unnatural? Or if you're a spiritual person, are you somehow using outside forces? I get these questions a lot, and I think they're really worth investigating and speaking about. If you're feeling some fear about the power you have as a human, this is a much scarier thing for me, to feel afraid of my own personal power. And as women, we have endured thousands of years of being powerless and not fully accepting our power as powerful dynamite women. Women are amazing manifestors because we are such powerful and beautiful creators. So I want you to, for a moment, just set aside your fears and understand that a manifestation is an intention or a goal where you get very specific and in alignment with how you feel. So the key characteristics in manifesting is understanding how you feel. And there are plenty of scriptures in the Bible and other books that, such as the Quran, that talk about personal power and that we have a lot of power, and it is our decision what to do with this power and how to create our own life. And we all want to have a joyous life. So look at manifesting as a way to create joy in your life and happiness and bring about the things that you truly desire. It's very similar to goals and intentions, but it's going to focus more so on how you feel. So let's start with feelings. This is a big thing I discuss in New Man Manifesto, and if you followed my work for even a minute, you'll know that I'm very much about how do you feel? What are you feeling in your body? Being able to find the difference between what I'm thinking, what I want, what I hope to have happen versus how I feel. And for many of you, if you're in a situation with a man and he's in your life and things are not feeling the way that you want them to feel, you're feeling cold, you're feeling distance, you're feeling unsure, you're feeling doubt, you're wondering, will this ever even work out for me? This thing called love, marriage, happily ever after. Maybe there's something wrong with me. You might be having a lot of negative thoughts. And negative thoughts are one of the best things you can have because this gets you in touch with what you do want. I have seen Abraham several times. And this past time around, I was there and I couldn't take it anymore. I just had to leave, and I left early, and I gave my ticket to someone else. And here's why. There was so much hopelessness in this room. I felt it coming off of every single person, just hopelessness and desperately needing and clinging to a specific outcome. And it was just so thick with desperation. And then the people that didn't get chosen to speak with Esther or Abraham, they were so sad and they were so disappointed. And it's so arbitrary who Abraham calls up. She just randomly picks people, based on their energy field. And I'm in no way discrediting what Abraham and Esther do. They have built an amazing legacy and they have helped so many people, including myself. It's just that I couldn't take it anymore. The energy in that room was so down and so helpless and just looking to Abraham to please help me. There's only so much that anyone can say or do, but you have to take power. You have to take your power back, and this starts with your negative thoughts. If you're having a negative thought about a man, a situation, or a partnership, you may be thinking, if you're single, will I ever find the right one? Or is my guy going to come back to me and want to get married? Or how can I heal things with my partner? How can I heal things with my husband? I really want to be married and my partner doesn't want to be married. How does that feel? And make a list of what it is that you're feeling and what would be the opposite of those feelings. So if you're feeling lonely and afraid and worried, I want to feel loved. I want to feel attention and flow and compatibility and wonderful flowing easy energy. Get an idea of what those positive feelings would feel like for you. Now this next one I call taking a snapshot. And this is a snapshot of how you want things to be. So if you are with a man that he's not moving forward, he doesn't want to get married, or your partner is being distant and pulling away from you, I want to imagine the two of you either getting married, saying I do, and him sliding the ring on your finger, or you and your partner just cuddled up together, loving one another, being a family, being happy. Create your own little Polaroid snapshot and take a picture of that. And whenever those negative feelings creep in, I want you to go back to that picture. Now, you have to get familiar with this snapshot. You have to spend some time and look at it and see it clearly in your mind and hold it in your hand. How does it feel? How does it look to you? What if you could choose the types of men that were attracted to you? What if you could decide on how your partner would respond to you when you're grumpy, need love, support, or choose how your man will walk back into your life and ask for your hand in marriage? This is where my self-study program, New Man Manifesto, can dramatically call forth not only the type of man you desire, but the behaviors and characteristics that align with your values. Here's a testimonial from Laura in British Columbia. New Man Manifesto helped me transform my love life in ways I never imagined. I was heartbroken from a breakup, and this program got me focused on what I did want in a partner and helped me move on from a man who was wasting my time with empty promises. The more I practiced my feminine energy and manifesting tools, the more quality men began to appear in my life. After learning how to date again and finding 2 great guys to quantum date with, an amazing thing happened. My ex began texting me, asked me on a few dates, and recently proposed, and now we are engaged to be married. I turned my life around from being angry and heartbroken to manifesting a loving relationship and being at my very best. If you want to learn more about my feminine energy tools and manifesting, Visit my website, everehartcoaching.com/NMM. That stands for New Man Manifesto. And be sure to check out my program bundle. For one low price, you can get all of my programs and ebooks. Again, my website is everehartcoaching.com. Hi, everyone. This is Adrienne Everheart. If you're enjoying my podcast and also enjoy my YouTube channel, I suggest you go a little bit deeper into one of my self-study programs. I recommend everyone start with my ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It also comes with a 2-day video class. This ebook has transformed the lives of so many women because I help you get aligned with your natural feminine energy and learn to speak and phrase your words in a way that really connects to a man's heart instead of challenging him with masculine energy. I can teach you so much more in my self-study programs. I have something for every topic that you may be interested in. And of course, New Man Manifesto, which is a 12-week manifesting course. It comes with homework and lots of extras. So head on over to my website, everehartcoaching.com, to learn more. When you hold that picture in your mind and you can see it so clearly and you've spent time with it, I want you to then gently tap your heart and feel that energy from that image and remind yourself of what you want. You can come up with a word that you want to say to remind you of the image. I had a client that saw herself and her partner in front of this cafe in Italy, having a meal and laughing and being together. And she would tap her heart and just say cafe. And for me, it was, I want to be a wife. And in New Manifesto, I tell you all about how I was always hiking this trail and imagining I was having my wedding march. And I would march to the top of the hill, and that's where I would say I do. And my partner would be standing there. I kept rehearsing this over and over and over again. And organically, that is the place that I became a wife. That is where I took my marriage vows. And it happened so organically. And this is my next point. I talk a lot about leaning back. And manifesting is not about manipulating an outcome and forcing it to happen. The really amazing part, and this was the part that sometimes felt spooky to me, was how well it would work out sometime. And it would work out so well and so perfectly and so in alignment that it would really scare me a little bit. I would be shocked that I could have such personal power. And you may find in some areas you manifest really easily. And then other areas, not so much. There's something wonderful waiting for you on the other side of those blocks. So worry not if you feel like, oh, this is hard. I have to really work at this one. This one is really difficult for me. My sister is so good at manifesting this. My best friend is so good at manifesting this other thing, but I'm not. You now have that negative feeling. And we have to find out what those negative feelings are so you can turn them around and find out what it is you do want. For a lot of women, we want to lose a little bit of weight. Let's say you want to lose 10 pounds. And you may feel a lot of heaviness around those feelings and those emotions. A lot of heaviness, energy that's holding you down, literally. So you can see how finding the words you're feeling, finding the feelings, and really searching deep, dropping down into your body to find what you feel. And ladies, this takes time. This takes sitting down and preparing what I call your New Man Manifesto Journal. Your New Man Manifesto Journal is where you write down exactly what you want, how it will feel, what it looks like, and why you want this. You get very specific with these desires. Now, again, I talk a lot about leaning forward, leaning back, not manipulating things into an outcome. Manifestation is not about manipulating something into happening. In fact, I really believe this is how something turns into a pumpkin at midnight, is when you force an outcome. A popular saying of mine is nothing positive is gained through force. We don't want you to have this idea that manifestation means I get to manipulate my partner and I get my outcome. That would be a different type of energy. If any energy is spooky or weird, that is spooky, weird energy to me, because it means that I'm going to force someone to be under my desires. And feminine energy is fluid, it's relaxed, it's about allowing. You're going to create a space around you, an invitation around you that will invite the man your way. In your process of getting in alignment with what it is you truly desire, how it will look, how it will feel, so important how you're going to feel. Holding your partner's hand, going to bed at night, waking up on a Sunday morning together. How does it feel? How do you want that relationship to feel? Because whatever you focus on, you're going to pull that closer to you. So let's talk a little bit about focusing and thinking of things from your past or having anxiety about the future, about what might happen. Whatever you're choosing to focus on, that fear, that worry, how things may or may not go, I want you to, first of all, take your fears seriously. Like if you're having this feeling in your body, there's probably a lot of truth to it. And make peace with that truth. Like, oh, I'm feeling like he's going to break up with me after this. I want you to accept that. I accept whatever my partner brings. I will accept it. I will figure it out. I will be strong. I will move on. I will handle it. Whatever happens to me, I will handle it. And have this confidence in yourself that I am going to be okay no matter what he does or does not do. Or no matter how this situation unfolds, I am going to be okay. So this is about choosing stability over choosing to entertain fearful, scary thoughts. If you have fearful, scary thoughts from your past, redirect yourself to your snapshots, the images that you want to see and have in your future. Vision boards are really helpful with this if you know exactly what it is you want. But so often vision boards, you can't really predict the future and that you can't really put down a feeling on a vision board. But if you can put words or images that give you that feeling to remind you, I think that will work. But more importantly, I want you to create your own image in your mind and see it so, so clearly that you can just touch your heart or touch the top of your head and go back to that feeling when memories pop up. Now, this last tip I want to talk about is something known as being so invested in a man that you are in love with his potential, not who he really is. I discussed this in the ABCs as well, that you have to accept this breakup has happened. You want to accept that this person cannot marry you, cannot be with you. You want to accept it because it needs to be over. It needs to go away. It wasn't working. So we wouldn't keep something in our life that was dysfunctional and not working and keep hoping and loving it just the way it is because it's not working for us. So when you decide to love and entertain that thing that's not working for you, you actually align with its energy. So if you're with a person who doesn't want to commit, or you're with a partner who is taking you for granted, and the more you try to love them in that way, you're telling the universe, you're telling yourself and all the energy around you and your connection to God, you're saying, this is good enough for me. This is what I want to love. And you're bringing your energy down to their level. Now, you can really love a person who is treating you terribly. I want you to ask, what are you really in love with? What are you really, really in love with about that person? Find those feelings. So it reminds me of when I used to go thrifting and they would have these bins and you'd have to kind of dig through those bins to find out what the one item that you do want. That one vintage shirt at the bottom of that bin that you found, or that one item that you want. So you got to go through the bin of your man, all of the combined energies that you are in love with, and pull out what it is you really, truly like and want. So often a woman gets triggered between masculine and feminine energy. She gets triggered because the man is giving her all kinds of love and amazing sex and spending time with her. And then he doesn't call her for, a week or so. And you become love starved. So it's, in essence, he's almost like, I'm not saying he's doing this on purpose. It's possibly unconscious. But he's love starving you. So you get so super hungry that when you finally do see him, you want to soak him up like a sponge. As a powerful dynamite woman, when you feel your energy going down and you're getting into this needy, hungry state, you must turn it around. So find what you're feeling. I'm feeling lonely, alone, desperate. No one's ever going to love me. I'm not pretty enough. I haven't done enough with my life. Find those feelings from those statements. What are you really feeling? Now, I will tell you, in my experience with Jeff, I felt so alone and dejected and hopeless. And I had this feeling of just hopelessness all around me concerning him because the relationship felt hopeless. I knew I loved this person. I liked so many things about him. I had so many wonderful memories with him. But when I would think of him, I would just feel this empty, hopeless pit of a feeling. And at one point, while we were broken up, one of the 3 times, he had written me to say he was moving to Minneapolis to live closer to his brother. And I said, oh gosh, here it is. I'm losing him forever. He's not going to be in my town anymore. Maybe this is for the better. And I said, I'm sure you're going to have a great time and I wish you the very best. And then I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks. I assumed he was packing up and figuring out his move. No. He wrote me back and said, hey, I'm not going to be moving there. Things changed. They ended up going to a different location, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He decided to stay. And I think if I would have held on and clung to him leaving, I can't say whether or not that would have changed whether he left or not, but I am my most attractive when I'm not clinging to a man. If a man feels your energy moving on him, clinging to him, holding on to him, it's not attractive. It's just not attractive. So you have to find a way to change your energy up. How did I change my energy up? I did a lot of tapping on my heart and sending him love that week. I went and visited my mom. I visited elderly people I loved. I cleaned my house. I reorganized things. I went to the gym 5 days a week. I tried new recipes. I read. I sang songs. I manifested. I journaled. You have to really discover all parts of you, all these beautiful parts of you, so your energy doesn't go down, and calibrate to that person's energy, because that is going to bring you down. Now, here's my last tip I'm going to leave you with. Manifesting isn't about changing someone. It's not about creating a very specific outcome that must unfold exactly this way. All of that stuff is out of your control. But you can, to your very best ability, align with what it is you want to feel and how it will feel and look to you. Here's my best example. After my first marriage ended, I met the artist. I talk a lot about him in my programs. He love bombed me, swept me off my feet. He was a very creative person, so much energy, wanted to make love to me all the time, introduced me to all his friends. And I had gone from like nothing with my husband. My husband's an introvert. He has Asperger's. He works 50 hours a week. I had so little social life. And then I just got swept up. And then 8 months into it, a lot of things happened in between. The guy just dropped me. He came over one day. I don't want to be in a relationship. The end. Bye. So I had to take from that all of that happiness that I was feeling, all of that elation and this life I was experiencing for the first time in so long. And I had to put that into my new relationship. I kept thinking it was the artist I wanted back, but the artist didn't want me. And you want to be with someone who absolutely, positively wants to be with you, who cherishes you and wants to build a life with you. Again, I sorted through that bin. I took out the things I wanted. Oh, wow, did I find the most incredible partner with my husband, Jeff. And things were not perfect with us. And things will never be perfect in any relationship. But he came to me with enough of the things that I knew I needed to work on, and he was also working on. I can completely see why we attracted each other's energy. Now, even with that said, I do see a choice where I could have turned and even walked away forever from Jeff and possibly found someone that was even more in alignment with my values, even closer, a closer fit. But I'm actually really glad that I chose the qualities that I did want in my partner. The qualities that really matter the most to me are they're these essential core qualities. So you can't change that about a person. You can only either change yourself and have those core qualities not matter as much to you, or you can raise your vibration, change who you are, and realize these things are important to me. Being a wife, having a very stable, loving home environment, having someone who wants to stay home and garden and enjoy pets with me, someone who loves to travel and loves music. These are very important things. Someone who loves to eat and cook. These are important core qualities for me, quality time. So the man you're with right now can change. He can change his mind. He can do things differently. He can feel great emptiness and loneliness when he realizes he might be losing you. Or you can call forth the man out there that you're in alignment with energetically. All right, everyone. If you want to learn more, I have an audio program called New Man Manifesto. It comes with journaling homework. This was a very lengthy program, lots of audios. You will have so much to listen to. And really, it is some of my best work I've ever done in my life. New Man Manifesto is one of my favorite programs that I have ever taught. And I hope to do a reboot of it someday and do things a little differently. Technology's changed, but for now, like I said, women all the time are telling me how that program has changed their life. I also teach you a lot of dating tips, and I do believe even if you're married, you're always dating your partner. So it will help everyone. I think you will appreciate it too. Check it out at my website, everehartcoaching.com. That's New Man Manifesto. This happens to be a holiday week in America, so happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy this time, and I'll see you next week. Hi, everyone. This is Adrienne Everheart. If you're enjoying my podcast and also enjoy my YouTube channel, I suggest you go a little bit deeper into one of my self-study programs. I recommend everyone start with my eBook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It also comes with a 2-day video class. This ebook has transformed the lives of so many women because I help you get aligned with your natural feminine energy and learn to speak and phrase your words in a way that really connects to a man's heart instead of challenging him with masculine energy. I can teach you so much more in my self-study programs. I have something for every topic that you may be interested in. And of course, New Man Manifesto, which is a 12-week manifesting course. It comes with homework and lots of extras. So head on over to my website, everehartcoaching.com, to learn more.